What's going on, everybody? It's AG here. Today we're going to be ranking the college football playoff semifinal coaches. Go ahead and join me down in the comment section while I move along. Let me know how you would rank these four coaches. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Coming in number 4, we've got Marcus Freeman from Notre Dame. Done a really good job this season. I thought he actually outcoached Kirby Smart in that last game against Georgia. Some of the stuff he did, subbing that punt team on and off, seemed to send Georgia for a loop at the end of the game, and Kirby Smart was going crazy at the end trying to figure out what to do when really all Georgia had to do was slowly sub their players in. And yeah, you could have made Notre Dame run out the clock. They would have had to use the timeout or take the delay game. And instead, Georgia jumps off sides, get a free first down for Notre Dame. But overall, Marcus Freeman, 780 total win percentage, more wins each season. So basically, every year he has been there, Notre Dame is trending up. Like they had 9 wins his first year, 10 wins, and so on. Okay, currently trending up, 23-4 in the last 2 seasons. The reason he comes in at number 4, he's definitely trending up and could definitely jump up. Just need to see a little more consistency. Number 1, if he can make a playoff again next year, that'll definitely help. But number 2, they always seem to follow a good win with a bad loss. Like this year, they lost to Northern Illinois. They've lost to Marshall in the past. It seems to be a common theme with Marcus Freeman coach teams. Now, I'm not going to harp on that because they're in the Final Four, but the reason he's down here is because of that. Not quite consistent enough just yet, but he's still just fresh. He's a young coach still, so could definitely trend up. But as right now, come in number 4. But these are four pretty good coaches. Number 3, Steve Sarkisian. I know a lot of people will probably have him higher, and there's going to be a lot of gripes about him coming in at 3. But total win percentage before he was at Texas didn't do anything great. At Washington and USC, did not do a good job there. And then coming to Texas, it's been trending up, but that's why he's back towards the bottom half of this list because again, consistency. 622 total win percentage, back-to-back college football playoff appearances, so he's trending up as well. 25-4 in the last 2 seasons, kind of similar to Marcus Freeman there. As good as he has been at getting in talent, like recruit-wise, yeah, they have enough talent to make the playoff every year, and he's in the Final Four again. He made the playoff last year with Texas, made it again this year. The only thing is his on-field stuff is a little questionable sometimes to me. His offense really lacks an identity as of late. I thought his offense looked terrible against Arizona State and really needs some room for improvement. I don't know if it's going to be hiring an offense coordinator so he can just focus on game management stuff. I don't know. We know he's got a good offensive mind. He was offense coordinator for the Falcons, for Nick Saban, for Pete Carroll at USC. He's been all over and had awesome offenses. But at Texas, yes, he's getting the talent there, but I don't think their talent is quite matching up with the success they're having. Yes, they're making the playoff, which is awesome, making the Final Four. Nobody else can say that besides, these Final Four teams. But still, need to see some improvement from Steve Sarkisian. And I think that's a valid point, I think. I know a lot of people think he's awesome, and he's good at getting in talent to Texas, no doubt. They're a talented roster. They're the most consistent they've been since they had Colt McCoy. But still need to see a little more consistency. If he can win this game against Ohio State, they've got a good chance at winning the college football playoff. Number 2, James Franklin. Now, he's actually been pretty consistent, I think. 691 total win percentage, but that factors in as well his spot at Vanderbilt. Okay. Now, the difference in Steve Sarkisian and James Franklin, Sark was at USC, which you should win it. He didn't. James Franklin was at Vanderbilt, and that's a much tougher job to win it. 5 11-plus win seasons at Penn State. Apparently, I misspelled win, so ignore that. 34-7 on the last 3 seasons. So really good job these last 3 years. They've kind of been similar to Ohio State that they can't beat Michigan, except Penn State can't beat Ohio State and Michigan. So they're kind of third fiddle. Similar with him and the guy we're going to talk about, number 1. A lot of people will gripe about getting him out to bring in another guy. The bad problem with that is I think you're one bad hire away from completely tanking. Look at how Texas did. They screwed up after Matt Brown left and just went completely downhill, and they just now are getting back, 2 college football playoff appearances. And basically, this guy is consistent enough. We've expanded the playoff. Penn State is going to be in and year out. They're only going to get more hype after, making the Final Four here. And I think they have a legit chance at winning and going to the college football playoff national championship. I think they've got a chance there. But James Franklin, I think he's done a good job at Penn State. Now, could you argue, yeah, you need to beat Ohio State and Michigan every now and then? Yes, but they haven't done that. But other than that, though, he's been really consistent at getting wins minus those 2 teams. All right, number 1, Ryan Day, similar situation, except he can't beat Michigan, except he's done a lot better job than James Franklin. Ryan Day, I would argue, minus probably Kirby and Dabo. He's probably the best coach in college football, by far the most consistent. People calling for his head to fire him. If you fire Ryan Day, who are you going to hire that's better than Ryan Day? You're not getting Kirby Smart. So who else out there is better? I don't think there is one. His issue has just been he can't beat Michigan. This year, they look like the best team. They're about to win a national championship probably if they take care of business and look like they did these first two rounds. But 872 total win percentage, which is awesome. That means he's almost winning 9 out of his 10 games. You can't have Michigan in that 10th game. 4 college football playoff appearances in 6 seasons. So there's only 2 seasons he hasn't made the playoff. Really good stuff right there. 68-10 overall, which is just outstanding numbers. He's done a good job at Ohio State. Now, Ohio State is, I won't say an easy job to win at, but I think you can win there. But we've seen a ton of places you make one bad hire, like I said earlier, and it completely tanks the program. Look at Florida. They're in the dumps now compared to, how they used to be making appearances over and over and over in the national championship. But Ryan Day comes in number 1 for me. How would you rank these coaches? Let me know down in the comment section. Subscribe for more.